When you're in town, you're collecting supplies. Oh, gee. My body's attacking me today.
3, 2, 1, bro.
So this is what's on the shelf, and Mike still hasn't figured out what's the best way for him to be in it, because I feel like he's the awkward part of all these videos. But we're going to talk about some games today, and that's all that freaking matters, babies. Let's get it. We're going to be talking about this section right here. We have just a few games here, a couple of Bombix products and a couple of Red Raven games. Let's go ahead and start down here with Above and Below. So this game is fantastic. It is a worker placement game, and you are basically going around and doing worker placement-y things, but you have a lot of opportunities in the game where you are thrust into a story. You're given a bit of a scenario, and you get to make choices, and you gain and lose things as a result of your choices, and how you kind of weather the events that happen. This is a Ryan Lockett product. Ryan Lockett's a bit unique in that he's a game designer and artist. So if you see a Ryan Lockett product like this in Near and Far, which we'll talk about in a moment, it truly is all him. He has a really unique art style, which I appreciate, which again is in Above and Below and Near and Far. They're set in the same world and everything and are compatible with each other. Above and Below, I'm trying to think of how we heard about this. We bought this in Chicago, which was cool. And I'm trying to think now. We had heard about it, and I was very intrigued by the storytelling. The whole, you're given scenarios, and there's this whole book of stories, and all of a sudden you get to flip it open, you get to read. Like, as an actor and storyteller myself, that was very interesting, because like, oh, I can do voices, I can do this and that. And then on top of it, we realized kind of when we started playing, like, oh, it's kind of a worker placement game on top of that, and that's super cool. We love worker placement games. So Above and Below is really great. Now, this game is awesome. However, Near and Far goes next level with everything that you love from Above and Below. This game right here goes even further. Started near, now it's far. And that's what we're talking about right now. Bam! Near and Far. This game is kick-ass, man. So this game is in the same world as Above and Below. Again, it's the same types of creatures, but this is kind of a campaign-style game where you're working through several maps that are built into a story. So whatever board you're on, you're going to a certain map. You actually open up a book, and that's your map for when you're going adventuring. And the map provides several storytelling moments. The cool thing is with Above and Below, it's random. The events and things are totally random. They are specific to which map you're on, where you're at kind of in the grand story. So a lot of Near and Far is kind of finding a balance between going on adventures, which is this part down here, and going back to town to sort of resupply yourself. So when you're in town, there's all these different buildings you can go to. You can get people to join your party there. You can get food. You can trade for gold and jewels. You can get weapons and things that are going to help you on your quests. And then eventually you go down into the kind of story and you adventure around and you're trying to build camps, you're trying to explore elements of the story to ultimately gain the most points. And the cool thing is you can play kind of just one-off games that are random, or you can go campaign mode where you collect abilities and things from map to map that carry forward. So that's something we're really excited to explore. Again, it takes everything we love from Above and Below and goes way further with it. Near and Far absolutely rules, and that's another Ryan Lockett product for you. Okay, next we have a couple of Bombix products, a couple of overproduced to high heaven gems that I love, 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 and will defend forever. This is Histrio. This game is beautiful. Just look at all the cards. Colorful. We have great little sculpts on these caravels. There's a whole 3D stage where you can put your little roosters on. Great coins and things. All of it not really necessary. I'm very much of the belief that, like, make a game as good looking as possible without it being ridiculously overpriced as a result. I didn't think this was ridiculously overpriced. I think a lot of people, they have issue with the fact that it's a fairly light game, and it is, but that's also why I love this game. This game right here creates board gamers as far as I'm concerned. I have never played this game and had it not go over huge. This game is light, colorful, fun. It's a fun theme where you're trying to put on the best show to please the king and get the best actors and acrobats in order to put on either a great comedy or tragedy. It's played over 2 quick rounds. It's fast, and whoever has the most money at the end of the game wins. I'm telling you, this game right here, because of its colorfulness, it's splashy, it's beautiful, it's silly. Everyone loves it, and they also say, hey, what else do you have? Which is huge. When trying to teach someone board games and get them into the hobby, you want them to say, what else you got? This game does that, so I don't mind that it's overproduced. I will defend it forever. And Abyss is another Bombix product. Bang! Look at that art right there. Oh, holy smokes. This game right here has some of the most stunning art ever in a board game. It is, I mean, just look at all that. It's all set in the abyss in this underwater world with, you know, kind of armies and politicians and farming folk that are basically the different sets or types of cards. And really the game is just sort of set collection, but they have an interesting mechanism where if it's my turn, I'm going to set out a card and from this little deck, and it's going to have basically one of the suits and a number of 1 to 5 on it. But I'm going to be the last person that has the option to pick up that card. I have to offer it to every other player that's available, and they're going to pay for it if they want it. And the cost goes up higher and higher as you get deeper into the round. So there's this interesting thing where you're trying to grab certain cards, but also you might not get it. It might get taken before it gets to you and so forth. So it creates a lot of interest there. And you're trying to get these lords. You're trying to incur the favor of kind of the nobles of this world. Nick has talked about this. This is a game that, like, what a cool world to see in a movie, in some sort of really awesome animated movie where you make use of this art and kind of the sea folk that exist within it. This is another game that people think is overproduced, or maybe it's that the art is so stunning. People expect a heavier game, and it's fairly light. It's fairly simple in terms of its mechanics. There's just a few things that you're doing, and the art looks amazing, and the components are really great, and I think it's another one where people are almost let down a little bit by it, but it's really a great game in my opinion, and the art is worth the ticket alone, like worth paying for. I think it's beautiful. It doesn't bother me that there's not more game in here because I can play it with anybody, and more people get to see this person's fantastic art, so it's worth it to me. But hey, that's just one guy's opinion. Or two. Nick and I are basically the same person. I'll take it and say his opinion is the same, because I know it is. Plus, Bruno Catala, obviously. That's going to be it for this part of the shelf, folks. Thank you so much again for joining me. If you like what we do and you want to see one of these games streamed live, go ahead and let us know and follow us at twitch.tv/thebrothersmurph so that you can tune in when we play it. How convenient would that be? So do give us a follow there. Thank you. Tell your friends if you enjoy what we're doing. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel. All them things will be at the end of the video. And we'll see you next time on the shelf, guys. Cheers.
If you click the subscribe button or any other videos right here, I will take cards from Baseball Highlights 24 and make them rain. Wait for it, it's happening. Oh! We're also sponsored by Restoration Games. Check out all the videos, let that rain!